Don't be an asshole.
Don't be a dick.
Call us Bowling for Soup.
I have Jarrett from Bowling for Soup's contact info.
Such a good song, man. That's such a good anthem for not being a dick.
Hopefully we have the license for it and we'll play a snippet of it now.
Everybody wants to be something they're not and have shit they ain't got. Don't be a dick. Don't be an asshole. Just be nice. You don't have to be that guy. Show some respect. Just be a person. Love one another. You don't need a reason why. Don't be a dick.
Good enough. That's about how accurate bass players and drummers need to be with their clapping.
It's just a little delay, you know.
I think you were a little on top of the
Actually,
beat,
it makes
Max.
it sound bigger when you have a little delay, you know.
We'll go flam it.
When you flam everything.
Flam every note.
Snare hits.
That's just for anybody that, if this gets left in there, that's for anybody that's a musician. That
Flam is also when you cough it up.
Phlegm. Not flam.
Okay.
Flam.
Whatever, man.
Enough of this flam. Welcome to another episode of Brain Snacks. With me as always, Jax.
Snack.
Jax the Snacks.
Snack.
Snacky Cakes. That's your new nickname, Snack Cakes. If you were a snack cake, you'd be Boston cream filled.
Okay. All right. Dustin, do I have to do this?
Can I quit? Is it too late to quit?
Dustin's a production manager, so I was gonna resort to him.
Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Brain Snacks. With me as always, Jax. And I am your other host, Max. And we are going to wrap up our series talking about being stuck in life and how you can potentially work your way out of that.
Take this one little pill.
It'll help you dump.
Yeah. Want to lose weight?
No.
Here's a quick pill.
No. The short answer to this entire series is that there is no quick and dirty, easy way to get out of feeling stuck in life. There are steps you can take. There are measures you can take to try to expedite that process.
You can do it.
You can do it all night long.
You can do it.
And you should do it all day long. And we talked about redefining success, goal setting, and then redefining your goals to meet your changing circumstances. And then we also talked about mindset and your self-image and being stuck in your own mind, getting out of your own head. And to wrap all of that up, to build one more building block to this little segment, we wanted to talk about dumping. Just taking a big old
nice dump.
And this is about dumping that emotional baggage that you've been carrying for most of your life that you may not even realize that you do. Now, this was in our generic show notes, our show outline that we did. And whenever we were originally planning out this series for the podcast, the last thing that Jaxon had to say was, ooh, dude, dump. I'm like,
I just read it off the show notes and I was like, what did I even mean? And then, and we put our heads together and because it's just one word. So how are you going to know what you really meant?
Well, I
it was enough of a
it.
cue. I understood what was going on. And you absolutely do have to dump a lot of the baggage that you carry with you every day. It's part of letting go. It's part of moving on and part of actually getting to a point where you can map out something is actually letting go of the stuff that you're carrying.
Well, allowing yourself to move past certain situations that you've been holding on to.
Yeah. And another thing about that is that you don't need anyone's permission ever to let go of something.
Allow yourself to grow and change and allow yourself to accept that you aren't the same person that made those mistakes that you're still dwelling on. And that also goes into some of the emotional baggage that we're talking about dumping is if I dwelled on every mistake that I made or every shortcoming or failure that I've ever encountered in my entire life, I would be crippled with fear and anxiety. I would never leave the bedroom.
You're not your mistakes.
I mean, it's hard to leave the bedroom when you got a smoking hot wife like I do. But I'm talking about life. Letting go of allowing yourself to move past your failures and accepting that you are going to continue on with life and do better. That's how I would categorize my definition of dump.
Yeah, for sure.
As pertaining to the show notes, because there was nothing there.
No, it was just dump. I told Dustin, I said, I'm just going to say the word dump quietly, but Max brought it up and Max put me on the spot for my one word. But we figured it out together.
No, I think that's where your mind was at.
It was.
Again, it was a long day because this was pre-production.
It was months ago.
This was before we did anything. It was like mid-November, I think. We literally we spent an entire afternoon, evening formulating the plan and how we were going to go about this show and what format we wanted to do, and then making sure we had the gear list. And then after all of that, we were just like, okay, let's go ahead and do show outlines. And yeah.
And we're sticking to it pretty well. It's evolving though.
Yeah.
It's getting better. So.
But at that time, dump seemed like a really good idea to write down. So, and I think it's very, very pertinent to what we're talking about, which is, again, if you're going to dump something, dump the baggage.
Got to.
We don't need to carry around that extra weight and that extra anxiety of past terrible experiences. And also let go of the anxiety about the future, because the only way to control your own destiny and your own future is to control how you approach it. And if you approach it with fear and anxiety, then your odds of success are going to be diminished greatly just by starting off 3 steps behind.
Mm-hmm. And carrying all that fear and anxiety with you over a long period of time will change you in a negative way. And you'll develop those habits that are associated with that kind of thinking and that kind of decision making.
Oh, absolutely.
And you'll become that fear and anxiety that you will manifest things stressing about what would be that never would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Or what could be.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
What could be, and it would have never been that way.
Oh, yeah. Let go, dump the what if game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of saying, what if this bad thing happens, flip it.
Say yes more. Say yes more.
The Yes Man. Oh, that was a great movie.
But not.
You want a Red Bull? I'll split a Red Bull. You want a Red Bull? Red Bull.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've never seen that movie. Generation Gap.
Jim Carrey. Yes Man.
Generation Gap, where you at?
Hey, whatever. We connect on so many, like Army of Darkness, old school movies that most of these people will never hear about.
Right.
But you don't know a relative. I mean, it's from the mid 2000s.
I feel like I've heard of it, man. I don't know.
There's a homework assignment for you. Go find the Yes Man on your streaming service.
Okay.
Go look it up on the YouTubes.
Well, anyways,
but Yes Man,
yeah,
and it's about switching your instead of saying what if something bad, so what if something good. So if you take positive actions and you take positive planning, and you start putting all these little pieces together, you'll start to see that your life is moving in the direction you want it to move into. And hopefully that's in a positive direction and you're not using this for nefarious purposes. Because if you are, you're a piece of shit.
Yes. Get the f*** off of here now. We
are here to help enrich lives and entertain. Hopefully we're doing a little both.
Well, it's pretty entertaining watching you.
I mean, I'm having fun. I don't at this point, I don't know if any of the 4 of us in here right now really care about if anybody's enjoying it. I think we're having a good time.
Yeah, no.
Giggling back and forth. But
giggity
goo. But again, we want to help you guys listening move forward in life and try to be happier and try to be more positive about where you are and where you can be. I mean, there is like, I am sitting here living proof that there is no limit to your capacity to learn and to better yourself as a human being. Not just as, we're not talking just financially. We're not talking about emotionally or just with you in your relationship. I'm talking about you as a person, who you are, who you have the potential to be. That's completely untapped potential.
And it's a lot of power too.
Completely
It's a lot
unlimited.
of power that we have.
Yes.
That something interesting that I've been reading into is how you view power, and if you view power as infinite or finite. And that's a lot of the reason for negativity is that a lot of people view power as being finite, and so when someone else has power or does something good, you get jealous.
Yes.
And you feel like something's been taken from you, when in fact power is infinite and is up for grabs. And your life, could be this way, could be that way, but you have that power to take a different path.
Yeah.
At any given moment, where no matter where you're at, you could be in the and still choose to just take it's a small action that you will take, and you will start to see the change.
Yeah. That's what our lives, if you think of our lives as in the format of a book, some narrative, your different successes in life equal chapters. But if your chapter just was composed of, so Max started playing bass and now he does it for a living. If that was the entirety of the chapter, that makes for a really good story. Now, if you started the story off, chapter 1, Max buys his first titty pink Yamaha bass from a pawn shop and fails miserably at playing the instrument for 4 years before.
Is titty pink is that a real color?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. Is there a Dustin, can you look up the Pantone color for titty pink?
We don't have a microphone yet.
we have a little Rode Video Micro. Maybe we.
He's got one.
Yeah, we hooked up a mic for him.
Oh, sweet.
I wonder what the Pantone color.
Pink.
For those graphic designers out there, maybe we can figure out what.
I want to get it tattooed now.
Not the actual color titty pink.
Just
you want to get the Pantone, the code.
The code, yeah.
That's only other graphic designers.
Hey, type this in, bro. Type this in.
Oh man. Oh, that would be a great tattoo just to go into like graphic design shops.
It's
like
all the Pantone names.
So what color did you want on this shirt? Oh, it's this one. They type it in. It's like
7442C.
I thought it would have been like 34 double D. Titty pink.
What part of the titty?
I'm gonna go areola.
Okay.
Just
pepperoni.
saying.
You ever seen somebody with pepperoni nipples, big ass nipples, like baloney nipples? Like
this is
like they're huge, man.
This is how you dump. Laugh it off.
I'm dumping.
We are laughing it off. But
let the children
lead
the way with their laughter.
We watched Coming. By the way, if you have never watched Coming to America, please just go spend the $4 on Amazon Prime and rent it, or spend the $10 and buy it, because it is one of the greatest movies ever made. Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. Just oh my god.
And his comedy specials from the 80s are like super super good. Like still he was talking. They just released Coming to America, the number 2 Coming to America. So I haven't seen it yet, but apparently Eddie Murphy was talking about doing another comedy special, but he hasn't. I don't think he's announced it yet. So he was super like,
because me and Eddie are tight,
No,
that's the rumor mill in the comedian circuit, because I watched Joe Rogan. He's talked about Eddie Murphy has mentioned that he was thinking about doing another stand-up thing, like with Netflix and Amazon.
Delirious is a great one.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll watch that after.
It's on Netflix.
Maybe we'll watch that after the filming tonight.
Yep.
But yeah, if your life is a story and your successes are split into chapters, again, that chapter can be as long or as short as necessary to achieve that success, and then you move on to your next goal. But the beautiful thing about life, and the beautiful thing about growing as a person, as a human being, to get away from the titty jokes.
Sorry.
No, that was, again, I said
No,
titty
I wasn't.
pink.
I was apologizing to
I was the
people at
one that
home.
started that. But that the stories in these chapters that define your success, that tell the story of your success or your success story, as it were, they're going to be filled with all kinds of hardships. And nothing in life worth doing is going to be easy. And when you can accept that and you accept responsibility for your own actions in attaining those goals, then you can actually start writing a pretty epic story about your life. Whether or not it's something that anybody else will read doesn't matter. Your opinion about your story is what matters.
And that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah.
To listen to like someone else's story is it's you can tell, when someone's really the hero in their story and they believe it, and it's like you're getting immersed in that with them.
Again, it's super, super easy to get sidetracked and to start getting negative and get down on yourself. But it's not about being positive about your goals or working positively towards your goals every single day. Because realistically, it's very difficult for any one person to do. And any self-help guru that tells you that every single day I wake up and I'm working towards my goal and I'm positive and I'm happy about it, I was like, there's no way, dude. Mm-hmm. Now, if you told me that you're working every day towards your goals, I can believe that. But if you say that you're positive about your goals every single day, that you had no doubt in your mind, I was like, that's outside of human nature. That is God tier level of mentality. And that's unsustainable.
Yeah.
Now there is infinite power that you were talking about earlier. I agree wholeheartedly in that. And that power for me has always been my determination. Mm-hmm. Now, despite my failures, my many mistakes and failings and faults, I have persevered and moved forward working towards my goal every day. Now, whether that's physically or mentally is outside of the realm of discussion. It doesn't matter. But every day I was working towards it. Now, was I positive about it? No. I can be pissed off all day long and still work on something. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean that I'm happy about it. But if it's something that is truly important to me, then I will work on it. When you're
able to put it despite being not your best day, not your happiest, you're able to still put it in that larger compartment of success and positivity.
Yes.
And that's where you start to gain appreciation and you do things specifically for the merit of doing them.
Yes.
And then you feel like you've done something.
Mm-hmm. Again, nobody, just to clarify, if I told you to take your first finger, do this, second finger, do this. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4. So index, ring, index, bird, ring finger, pinky finger, and then back and forth, touching each to your thumb. I want you to do that for 10 minutes and then start doing it at multiple speeds. Nobody wants to do that.
Right.
That's what practicing guitar is. Now, do I want to do that? No. Am I positive I don't want to do that? Yes.
Yeah.
But do I do it? Yes, because it's working towards a goal that I set. And that goal is to be proficient enough at guitar. I don't plan on being, Eddie Van Halen Jr. over here, but I plan on being proficient enough at that instrument to where me and my wife can go out and continue to earn a living playing music for a living. Mm-hmm. Despite whatever would happen with the Pygmies in the future, my future as a member of the band, regardless of that, I also have another avenue of not only joy and happiness, but also income. Mm-hmm. And it's an income an income stream that my wife and I can control. And it's an income stream that brings us a lot of happiness. And it's also a great relationship building exercise for me and my wife.
Mm-hmm. And you had that connection. You're able to maintain that connection with the larger goal, which is vital. And I've heard it compared to hearing a whisper in your mind, being able to hear it despite the situation you might be in, hearing that whisper of this is going towards something else.
Yeah.
Because it's not the first easiest thing to think about.
Yeah.
Is your overwhelming, your goal that's overarching or whatever.
Yeah.
You're immediately going to think, oh, I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And if you just stay there, it's easy to see why a lot of people just get kicked off the rail and they just stay there, because it's like, that was the first thing they thought of and it was the easiest thing. And they really not opening and expanding their mind enough to even think about listening to something like, hey, it's going to help you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And wanting to just keep going to, even though you didn't want to do it.
And that mentality right there is what people really need to think about and try to start utilizing, is that if you start out your day with, I don't want, then you're already starting off on the wrong foot.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's okay to say that you don't want to do something. You know that you don't internally, like, I don't want to do the dishes. I don't want to do the laundry. But if I don't do these things, I'm living like crap. Like my house turns into a pigsty and a stain. And if that's the environment that I live in, am I going to be motivated to do anything else productive in my life?
Mm-hmm.
So
well, it sounds like it's spiraling into freaking depression. What it sounds like, which is what a lot of people get caught in.
Yes.
Is that trap of depression.
But if you start out your day saying that I need to do this, so my end goal for like an average day when I don't have a whole lot else going on out there, if I don't have t-shirt printing or whatever, but let's say I have a full off day at home, no road. The only thing I need to do is spend time with my wife and play a little guitar. That's it. But to maintain a happy household and a happy state of mind, well, I have to do laundry. I have to clean the house. I may have to do some much needed social media interaction,
right,
to keep the fans and crowd engaged so that they don't forget who we are. But you don't. These aren't things that
you don't forget what you need to do.
These aren't things that I want to do, but these are things that I need to do. And then spending time with my wife is the absolute. This is what I have to do. Mm-hmm. That, and there's no question about that. Now there are days when I want so badly, I get tunnel vision on a project, and I want so badly to finish that project that need almost gets forgotten about. And
that's a terrible feeling.
Yes.
Terrible feeling.
But I'm fortunate enough.
Because
I'm fortunate enough to have a wife in this scenario. My wife would be like, I thought you were coming in here like an hour ago. Mm-hmm. When she says that, I'm like, shh. Click, whatever I'm doing. At that point, I'm wrapping up whatever I was working on. I'm shutting it down. I'm going in on the couch. Me, the Chrissy, and our two little dogs snuggled up for the next 3 hours. Mm-hmm. And I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, we're staying there until she's falling asleep while I'm playing with her hair and we're just talking or watching something together. And that's an example of something that needs to be done, but there's a whole lot of don't wants involved in the rest of that. The only thing I need to do that day.
Sounds like a reminder for something you needed to do.
Yeah.
Or was it something you wanted to do?
That's a reminder for something I need to do. Speaking of earlier in this series, we talked about my mohawk and people were making fun of it. So yeah, that was my finasteride pill. That was my finasteride reminder.
Rogaine?
Yeah.
Why not go with Rogaine?
I got Rogaine too. Dude, I'll send you some pictures, Dustin. I'll send you some pictures from when I first joined the Pygmies to like a picture from this last weekend. So you guys, we'll show the people at home what hair restoration looks like with no surgery. Because
yeah.
First picture with the Pygmies to now, completely different mohawk. Or, sorry, 85% improvement of the mohawk.
Nice. So I'm interested to see what's next. Is it head tattoos when the mohawk's gone?
No.
Come on.
I won't do head tattoos. I probably won't do anything that can't be covered up with a rolled up long sleeve t-shirt. And that's personal preference because, again, we were talking about this with our new associate producer, Mr. Andrew over here.
Sir.
We were talking about fallback position. Like it's okay to shoot for your goals, shoot for the stars, and having a backup plan is important to a degree. So I have 7 years of management experience. Regardless, I'm 36 years old. I've had 7 years. I've been doing this. I've been playing music for 11 years. So 24 years old when I first got First became a full-time musician, but I had 7 years of management experience up to that point of legit documented management experience. So if something terrible were to happen, and let's say the government decides to ban everything that's fun in life,
It's quite possible.
what I'm just saying, it looks like it might go that way.
It's quite possible.
But if that were to happen, and I were forced to get or try to find a regular jagoff job, no offense to the jagoffs at home, I have the utmost respect for you.
We love you,
because-
jackoffs.
Well, that's what I do. I used to do that. Look, that's a pain in the ass doing that job. Somebody's got to do it. I'm glad it's not me, but doesn't mean I don't appreciate you for doing it. But if I had to go back to doing something like that,
Like being a lot lizard.
I mean, somebody
You can have as many tattoos as you
I
want.
don't. I don't know if I could compete with your cable pulling ability.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'd do the lot lizard thing.
Well,
But if I had to go back to regular workforce, I can go back and be a manager,
cover it all up and be, professional.
professional-ish. I mean, I'll never be truly professional. I
You want
never
to be
was.
Dr. Max?
I mean,
You want to be a doctor?
no, I don't want to be a doctor.
No.
Why would I want to be a doctor?
It's never interested me at all.
No.
But we do need you doctors. So
Yeah, just for the doctors, any doctors or nurses that may be listening, go ahead and look up the studies on ivermectin and look up the studies on hydroxychloroquine that aren't necessarily based in the U.S. However, there is one on ivermectin that's based in the U.S. that is proven to be an excellent treatment and even prophylactic for COVID-19 because Big Pharma has been trying to cover that for the last 4 months. Came out in August.
they've been using it.
The study came out in August. Don't want to talk about that anymore
I know where you're going.
because that again we'll talk about marketing in an upcoming podcast.
That's going to be a badass episode.
It's
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be multiple. Like we
huge.
split this whole Stuck in Life into multiple parts to make it easier to sit down and listen to all in different segments if you wanted. Now, if you guys would prefer in the future to have one epically long one, yeah, we can do that. But also, it makes it a little bit more complicated. Like if we had to stop here because Jackson had a prior engagement or Dustin had a prior engagement, we could stop it now and be like, okay, well, we'll be right back with our next part, and we can start that recording a month from now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just how our time constraints are with our current occupations. So again, it makes it easier for us to have more content this way. And also having a 4-hour long podcast. I mean, while it could potentially be entertaining
For a nice 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
For
So
someone.
how many people actually do 4-hour drives?
Right.
So we're trying to make this.
Yeah, that's our bias. That's my bias and your bias.
We're trying to make this as palatable as possible.
Everyone should be traveling more,
well,
which is one of the reasons the COVID ban sucks so bad because people aren't traveling, people are staying at home and getting boxed up.
I think people have about 2 months before gas prices get so ridiculously high that it makes it difficult to travel affordably. We're talking about positive mindsets. It's hard to really be positive when I'm looking at my paycheck that hasn't increased, but I see the gas price is increasing. And I see inflation is increasing. And I'm just going, yeah, am I going to have to redefine my goals again? Well, rest assured that I've done it enough times in my life at this point at 36 that should traveling full time become a non-starter because of whoever decided to shut down a pipeline and make the United States not energy independent. If it comes to that, rest assured that I will come out on top because I am not one to shy away from a challenge.
Right.
So, worst case scenario,
Battery power?
we fall back on the podcast and we just beg for your money.
Yeah.
Just give us something. I'll make you t-shirts. I'll make you stickers.
I'll pull your cable. Hey, for real, if you got a
I'll
cable,
be his pimp. I'll be his pimp.
if you want to add
It's so
something.
difficult. I don't want to see him be abused, but shut up and go make my money, boy.
Well,
Dustin, load me up my baby powder. I need to slap this hoe.
The secret is I'm really not that good at it.
Well, I mean, that's how you get an hour's worth out of you.
Mm-hmm. It's cheap.
If you were good at it, you would be more expensive, but I got to charge by the hour.
It's cheap. Sweatshop labor.
Wow.
Truck stop labor.
Wow. So yeah, I
Oh,
think.
shout out to all the truck stops out there.
Do you have anything else to add on being stuck in life? Since we're gonna this will be the last. We'll wrap this little episode series up with again, it doesn't have to be dump. It could be on any of the other topics we talked about.
Yeah, no. Example, when you have something that's in concrete, cement, stuck, whatever have you stuck, you have to add energy to it in order to move it. So, you have to add energy to move your life and move it in the direction that you want. So putting positive energy towards your goals and putting positive energy into yourself and appreciating yourself, looking at yourself a little bit longer in the mirror in a good way, not to be vain, but to just look in your own eyes, and appreciate yourself will, get you out of being stuck in life. It can't not. It's just a matter of if you do it. Yeah. It's not hypothetical that those things work. It's that if you make the choice to apply them to yourself. Yeah. If you'll actually get unstuck. I mean, that's all part of it. And it could be anything, and it's going to be different for everybody. Well, yeah. But what those things are, but that's what makes life exciting, right? So everything that so-and-so chooses to do might totally take me in a different direction. Yeah. And that's life is full of unique circumstances and unique scenarios for each individual. Everything is a case by case basis. And when you live in the small in your mind, it makes it hard to even look at anything as being other than this whatever you got going on in your mind as being interesting or wanting to actually go somewhere else. Yeah. Mentally. Yeah. With someone else, and I don't know, you're gonna end up being alone, whether that means you're alone in your own head or you're physically alone because you're an asshole. So don't be an asshole. Don't be a dick. Call us Bowling for Soup. I have Jarrett from Bowling for Soup's contact info. Such a good song, man. That's such a good anthem for not being a dick. Hopefully we have the license for it and we'll play a snippet of it now. Don't be a dick. And we're back. We hope we have the licensing for that. If not, then sorry. I got $1. So no, the licensing for it's sweaty too. It's a sweaty dollar. Well, it wasn't one of their singles, so I think it's okay. It shouldn't be that expensive to license it. Yeah. But again, go forth, be positive, do what you can to be a little bit more introspective and, be positive, try to be more positive about your life. And I said this earlier, I am under no illusion that you're going to be capable of being positive every day of your life. There's no way. There's always something. I mean, there are tragic circumstances in your life and there's things that are just going to piss you off. If you start off your day, you get out of bed, you stub your toe, you're already going to be pissed off. But don't allow those little things in your life to completely ruin your outlook on life. And the power is infinite for you to create that for yourself and create your own environment in your head that no one can take away from you. Yes, correct. Which is really cool because that the gifts that you can give yourself that no amount of anything, whether you go to prison, could not be taken away from you. Speaking of prison, hi Dom. Sorry, that's my brother. Oh, okay. He's not in prison anymore though. He's doing better. Hopefully he watches the podcast. His birthday was yesterday. That's what made me think of him. Happy birthday. Well, that and you said prison, so I equate the two together now. Yeah, but yeah. Sorry. Life's hard, man. Life is hard. Life is hard and stuff, and all that. Life is hard and stuff and things. Well, and heroin doesn't make it any easier. Ooh, stay off of it. Ooh, yeah. That was just a PSA. Drugs are bad. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, we hope that you guys found value in this. We just want to say that based on our experiences, you don't have to be stuck. But you have to choose to better yourself. Nobody's going to force you. Nobody can save you. Nobody's coming to save you. No one's going to fill your cup for you. Yeah. Nobody's going to fix you. So if you want to be better,
You have to actively work on yourself to get there. And I think we've outlined a couple of ways how we did it ourselves and also how you could potentially do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to ask for help if you need insight, but nobody's going to do it for you.
Right. And there is a duality. There is that within you, whether you realize you have it or not.
Mhm.
It is within everyone. So it's about I heard it put like it's about two wolves and it's the one you feed that's going to be the strongest.
Yes.
So just feed it.
That's a
Feed it every
very
day.
good analogy. Whoever came up with that, thank you for putting that in Jackson's head. So yeah, you have unlimited, untapped potential to be whatever you want, to do whatever you want. You just have to have the courage to dig deep and actually put in the work to accomplish whatever you want to do in life, whether that's be a guitar player or be a drummer or start a podcast.
Or cut grass with scissors.
Hey, again,
I don't know.
somebody might want to do that. That's regulation height. Get the ruler out. Snip, snip, snip,
Yep.
snip. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Hey, there are people that are out there like that.
you just do what you do.
Whatever you want to do in life, attack it aggressively.
Yeah, do good. I heard do good recklessly.
Wow, that's good too.
Yeah.
Do good recklessly. I like that
And
one.
just
Mhm.
pretty good one. I thought, wage a war to do good, like for a war. What's up? This is Max War, by the way. He's the
Max
bass player for the
War.
Dorco Pygmies.
What was that? Do good relentlessly?
Recklessly.
Recklessly.
Yep.
I like that a lot. I like that almost as much as I like be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm going to say,
there's-
now I'm going to move that up on our wall,
There's
which is,
room.
the
There's room
wide
for it.
angle's not catching it, but it's whatever. But no, I'm going to have to add that one up. So I'm going to say, let's end Stuck in Life with that.
do good recklessly.
Do good recklessly.
I will take I don't know if they came up with it, but there is a cool account on Instagram that I follow that they're dedicated to making flags, and they make it in like a really traditional old school way or whatever.
Nice.
And they make flags, and I saw that on one of their flags. They're called Pointer and Pine. Pointer.
Maybe we can put a
Pine.
link up in the video description
they're not
somewhere.
cheap.
Maybe here.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but they seem pretty cool. I kind of want to get one.
Here. Maybe here.
Over there.
I think I destroyed my wrist. No, we're good.
We just destroyed this podcast. Brain snacks. I left a little too quickly. Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Suck it.
Did you subscribe?